Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for the latest news and information from the City of Greensboro. The City of Greensboro's Commission on the Status of Women invites the community to recognize October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. This year kicks off with a new community initiative entitled Abuse is Never Okay. Organizations across Guilford County are standing together against violence and abuse with the new awareness campaign. The local effort focuses on educating the community on the many forms of abuse, defining healthy and safe relationships, and promoting local resources to community members who have experienced abuse. The campaign is the result of a collaborative effort of several community partners, including nonprofit organizations, law enforcement, universities, and government agencies. With more than 15 organizations involved and others encouraged to join, the partners stand together to end violence and abuse in Guilford County. For more information, visit the campaign website at neverokguilford.org. The mission of the Commission on the Status of Women is to improve the quality of life for women in Greensboro, in part by creating and conducting educational programs on issues affecting women. If you or someone you know is in a domestic violence crisis, call 911 or the Family Service of the Piedmont Crisis Hotline at 336-273-7273. A record number of residents have participated in this year's participatory budgeting Cycle 3 process. More than 2,400 residents have cast a vote on how to spend $100,000 of the city's budget in their council district. That's more than twice as many ballots cast in PB Cycle 2. Votes are being accepted until the end of the month. Online voting is available in English and Spanish. Paper ballots will be available in Arabic and French at in-person voting locations. Votes can also be cast at the city's budget department located at 300 West Washington Street. Office hours are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The following locations are accepting votes in person: October 10th at the Leonard Recreation Center, October 11th at Maxie B's Bakery, October 14th at Central Library, and October 25th during Aggie Fan Fest at War Memorial Stadium. Voting ends October 31st. For more information about PB Greensboro, visit the city's website. The city is partnering with Piedmont Business Capital to educate small business owners about obtaining a surety bond in order to bid on public projects. This will give small businesses the opportunity to compete equally with large companies once they understand the ins and outs of surety bonds. The Introduction to Surety Bonds workshop will take place on Wednesday, October 16th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Nussbaum Center for Entrepreneurship. Dinner will be provided. Registration is available on the MWBE webpage and must be completed by Wednesday, October 9th. Attendees of the workshop will learn how to become a bonded contractor and how to do business with the city. They will explore community-based lending resources and review historically underutilized business certification regulations. This will also be an opportunity to network with other small business owners. The Nussbaum Center is located at 1451 South Elm Eugene Street. For more information, please call the city's MWBE office at 336-373-2674. In an effort to help each of us improve our quality of life, the city has partnered with Cone Health for a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Let's check in with our friends at Cone Health for today's News for Your Health.
Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a stroke. My name is Jessica Jarvis, stroke response nurse at Cone Health. I'm here today to tell you about the signs and symptoms of stroke and how to prevent them. The number one risk factor for stroke is hypertension or high blood pressure, and it's preventable by eating a healthy diet, exercise, and taking the medications that are prescribed by your physician. Some of the other risk factors are managing your diabetes, your high cholesterol, and stopping smoking if you're a smoker. And those are all also preventable with healthy diet, exercise, and healthy lifestyle. Heredity is a risk factor, so if someone in your immediate family has had a stroke, you're at risk for stroke. Also, you're at risk if you're African American, and also more women have strokes than men. FAST is a good acronym to help you remember the signs and symptoms of stroke. F is for face. You can ask the person to smile and see if their face droops. A is for arm. Have the person lift both of their arms to see if one arm drifts. S is for speech. When the person talks, you can see if their speech sounds slurred or strange. And T is for time. Time to activate 911 to get the person help as soon as possible. And EMS is the best way to do that. Treatment doesn't normally start with EMS, but they start gathering information that's important for us when they get the patient here to the hospital, as well as they are often able to notify us prior to the patient arriving to the hospital that they think the patient's having a stroke. We have a team called the stroke team that gets notified, and that includes myself and a neurologist and the ED team, and so we're able to get that patient treatment very quickly because we have a team that's focused on stroke. You should never take the person to the hospital yourself because it delays treatment. We see many people aren't able to have the treatments that we're able to provide because their family delayed in getting the person to the hospital. If you're ever concerned that a patient might be having a stroke, it's better to call 911 and get the patient to the hospital than to wait around and see if the symptoms get better, because usually they don't. It's important to act quickly when you think a person is having a stroke because most of our treatments are time sensitive. One medication that we use can only be given within a short amount of time, and many of our other treatments and surgical options are more effective if they're done quicker. I think the most important thing is for our community to know that stroke is a medical emergency. We like to call it a brain attack, so it's important for patients to get care as soon as possible and to call 911 so that they can get treatment as soon as they can. Thank you for joining me today. For more information about stroke prevention and treatment, go to conehealth.com/stroke. And just remember, for any signs and symptoms of stroke, act fast and call 911.
The City of Greensboro is working on implementing several strategies aimed at preventing deadly crashes behind the wheel. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The Vision Zero Greensboro 2-year action plan has unanimous support from the Greensboro City Council. The plan is a data-driven, interdisciplinary approach to drastically reduce traffic fatalities and serious injuries. Greensboro will join 34 Vision Zero cities across the country. By 2040, Vision Zero Greensboro aims to eliminate traffic deaths and serious injuries by reducing the number of incidents each year. The 2-year action plan identifies strategies that Greensboro, partner agencies, and community groups will work on over the next 2 years to meet the death and injury reduction goals. It also identifies a high injury network, areas identified by data analysis where it is a high priority to invest resources in road improvements and other efforts. The goal is to expand data collection and analysis, employ community policing methods to reinforce and incentivize safe behaviors, implement a rapid response task force, reestablish automated camera red light violation enforcement, and research the possibility of automated speed enforcement. The city has already begun working on some of the strategies, including advocating a proposed hands-free driving law and encouraging residents to be part of the solution by taking the Vision Zero Greensboro pledge to stay safe. For more information on Vision Zero Greensboro, to read the 2-year action plan, or to take the pledge, visit the city's website. Several roads will have occasional lane closures due to the North Buffalo Rehabilitation Project happening through Friday, October 18th. The impacted roads from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. include South Spring Street, southbound, North Green Street, southbound, West Market Street, eastbound, West Friendly Avenue, eastbound, and Mears Chapel Road, northbound. The overnight lane closures from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. include West Market Street eastbound, South Spring Street southbound, South Edgeworth Street northbound, Josephine Boyd Road southbound, Mears Chapel Road westbound, and West Gate City Boulevard eastbound. Directional signage and traffic cones will be in place. Motorists are encouraged to use alternate routes to avoid these areas. Dates and times may change due to weather or last-minute changes in the work schedule. The construction is part of the city's ongoing water and sewer rehabilitation program, which is funded by water and sewer rates. The city of Greensboro is making progress with installation of interactive kiosks in the downtown area as part of an ongoing commitment to the implementation of smart city initiatives. The kiosks are visible at key downtown locations. The city has an agreement with Smart City Media allowing the installation of this new communication tool that supports public Wi-Fi, promotes local businesses, and broader communications. Compelling smart media is delivered through a public-facing network powered by interactive smart signs and a companion mobile application. Smart City Media, in partnership with Duke Energy, has developed a pathway for providing multiple public engagement opportunities through this signage. The interactive kiosks provide a real-time mobile broadcast of customized content that will promote city news and transit information. The first deployment will include 13 kiosks located near Lewis Street, Downtown Parks, the Downtown Greenway, Hopper Stadium, the Depot, Government Plaza, and Elm Street. This program is modeled after a similar initiative in Kansas City and Louisville. In an effort to spotlight and celebrate local artists, business owners, community builders, and essentially the next generation of leaders, the city is proud to partner with Action Greensboro to introduce our Made in Greensboro series. This day, we place the spotlight on Walter Latham and his high-energy comedy tours. Did you know comedy legends such as Tyler Perry, Chris Rock, Steve Harvey, Monique, Cedric the Entertainer, and the late Bernie Mac all have a connection to Greensboro? That connection is Walter Latham. Walter grew up in Brooklyn but eventually moved to North Carolina for college at age 18. Walter began thinking about producing comedy after watching Def Comedy Jam. The first comedy show Walter produced was at the Greensboro Coliseum with D.L. Hughley and Bill Bellamy. Walter's first tour featured Bill Bellamy and Chris Tucker. This led to the Kings of Comedy starring Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, and the late Bernie Mac. In 2000, Spike Lee turned this show into a film entitled The Original Kings of Comedy, using footage from their onstage performances. Walter has now been an entrepreneur for more than 25 years. He says it takes courage and faith in what you're doing to step out. Through all of this, Walter raised his family here and calls Greensboro his home. In this new stage of his career, he's starting to do different things and become more ingrained in the community. To learn more about Made in Greensboro or to see more images taken by photographers Jerry Walford and Scott Mothersbaugh, visit the Action Greensboro website at madeingso.com. In the past 4 months, recycling has been handled very differently in Greensboro. Coming up after the break, we'll talk about the changes to the program and how this is impacting operations. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The city of Greensboro decided to take a proactive approach to recycling when the cost of doing business suddenly skyrocketed in several communities across the country. Joining me now to give us an update on the changes made to the city's recycling program is Tori Carley. She is the Waste Reduction Supervisor with the city's Field Operations Department. Hello, Tori.
Hi, Carla.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for joining me. Tell me about the recycling program in terms of the significant changes that have gone on since July 1st.
Yeah, so the most notable change that we've seen is that glass is no longer recyclable in your recycling bin at home. It is still recyclable in Greensboro. We've just moved it to drop-off locations, and that's because it's a much more sustainable way to collect glass because it does not have to be cleaned and sorted out from all of those other materials where it gets very, very dirty.
Okay, now if you don't go to a drop-off site, you can still put the glass in the regular trash bin?
Yes, that is okay.
Okay, so that's an easy fix. I know we had to open up several locations. You started with 4, you expanded as you found new locations. How is that going?
It's going great. So right now we have 5 City of Greensboro locations that are City of Greensboro property, and then we've got 1 church that's participating, and they are one of our drop-off locations close to downtown. And if any organizations are interested in being a drop-off location, we're mostly looking for nonprofit organizations like churches or synagogues or things like that. And so we're still actively searching for locations so that we can try and alleviate some of the traffic at some of our busier locations, or to provide availability to some regions in the south of Greensboro.
Okay, and the more locations, obviously, the more we can accommodate residents.
Yes.
Now, what happens when you are looking at the public recycling convenience sites? You took those out of the rotation. So what does that mean? Where should residents go?
Yeah, so the reason we got rid of those convenience sites is because they were being heavily contaminated by just lots of trash, mattresses and furniture and paint and all kinds of stuff that really shouldn't have been in those bins or on those sites at all. And so we removed all of those, and we now only have 2 locations for overflow recycling. One is at the transfer station and one is at the landfill. And you can go online to find out where those locations are, or in the GSO Collects app, you can find that as well.
Okay, and that was my next question. If people are still a little confused about what to put in the actual recycling cart, where to take the glass, and any other overflow of recyclables, how do they get more information?
Yeah, so if you go to the City of Greensboro's homepage, Trash and Recycling is one of those buttons right on the homepage, or you can download the GSO Collects app. It is super useful in that you get collection reminders that automatically adjust to holidays and inclement weather. And then there's also the Waste Wizard, where you can search virtually anything to find out what goes where.
Okay, well that maps it out, and it's easy and accessible, and people can probably pull it up on their phone. So we thank you, Tori, for the numerous ways that you reach out to the community to consistently keep us educated and to keep us updated on these changes with recycling. Do come back and tell us about other things going on in your area, because I know you stay extremely busy.
Yes.
So we want to make sure that folks are recycling the right way.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stay tuned for a little known fact about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The Greensboro City Council meetings are open to the public, but if you cannot make it to City Hall, we broadcast the meetings right here on GTN. The meetings held in the council chambers are also streamed live on the city's website. Meetings on the first Tuesday of the month will take place in one of the city's 5 council districts to allow council members to engage more residents. Those meetings will be broadcast the following Saturday at 10 a.m. Meetings on the third Tuesday of the month will continue to take place on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. To review the council meeting locations, schedule, and agendas, please visit the city's website. Grammy-nominated multi-platinum international music group Celtic Woman is embarking on a new North American tour to celebrate 15 phenomenal years of music making. They will take to the stage at the Stephen Tanger Center for the Performing Arts on June 4th, 2020. Tickets go on sale Friday, October 18th. Celebration, the 15th anniversary tour, is a collection of their favorite songs that have made Celtic Woman the most successful all-female group in Irish history, with 1 billion online streams, more than 4 million tickets sold, 12 consecutive Billboard #1 hits, and 10 million albums sold. The 4 fantastic Celtic women soloists touched the hearts of a global audience with the centuries-old Irish tradition of telling stories through song. Stories of the land, stories of love, and stories of dancing that bring a piece of Ireland to audiences everywhere. Joined by a stunning band of 2 pipers, 2 drummers, traditional step dancers, and backing vocalist, Celtic Woman combines the finest musical talent with epic stage productions to present a unique, inspiring live experience. Tickets are available at either tangercenter.com, Ticketmaster.com, and the Greensboro Coliseum box office. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendar for all the great events happening this week on the town.
Hey everyone, Taylor here. Join us for a variety of entertainment this weekend. The Drama Center Children's Theater program is expanding to include a new series of interactive plays for young audiences and their families, beginning with The Pirate's Jewels, showing at 9:30 a.m. this Friday at the Stephen D. Hires Theater. Come along the voyage as a band of wacky pirates follow young Julia through some fun-filled clues to find her father's treasure. For ticket information, visit thedramacenter.com. This Saturday and Sunday, the best bull riders in the world will come to North Carolina at the 25th PBR Unleash the Beast Greensboro Invitational at the Greensboro Coliseum. The top 35 bull riders in the world will invade Greensboro for this competition. The Greensboro Invitational will begin at 6:45 p.m. on Saturday and 1:45 p.m. on Sunday. Cheer them on as they vie for a chance at the $30,000 event title. Visit GreensboroColiseum.com for more information or to purchase tickets. Also on Saturday, the Bourbon and Barbecue event hosted by Greensboro Downtown Parks will take place from 6 to 9 p.m. on Saturday at Center City Park. There will be a Maker's Mark bourbon tasting, North Carolina barbecue, live music, and lawn games. All proceeds will support free programming in LeBauer and Center City Parks. To purchase your tickets, go to greensborodowntownparks.org/bourbon-bbq. Ease into your Sunday and head over to LeBauer Park for Sunday Jazz Picnic from 2 to 3:30 p.m. The Lorette Lee Trio's Soothing Grooves provide a vibrant, expansive landscape of poetry in motion. This event is free and is the perfect time for families, young professionals, and visitors to relax and enjoy the park. For more information on this delightful event, check out the LeBauer Park Facebook page. Sunday afternoon is for the birds at the Kathleen Clay Edwards Library. That's right, this workshop will be an introduction to birds and birding, beginning with a 45-minute class followed by bird identification practice around the library. Older children accompanied by adults are welcome to attend. Bring your binoculars and enjoy this activity, which promises to be a hoot. Visit greensborolibrary.org for more information. Keep watching FYI Weekly right here on GTN to find out about more events happening on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. Greensboro Parks and Recreation, in partnership with the Piedmont Volleyball Club, will offer a new volleyball program for girls this fall. The regular season begins the week of November 15th. Registration is $50 for 11 to 14-year-olds and $35 for 8 to 10-year-olds. Register online or in person at Griffin Recreation Center, located at 5301 Hilltop Road. The registration deadline is Tuesday, October 15th. Coaches and training will be provided by the Piedmont Volleyball Club. Both beginners and seasoned players are welcome. Parents must show a copy of the child's birth certificate and obtain a Parents Association for Youth Sports membership card. To obtain the card, there is a mandatory video to watch along with a $5 fee. For more information about girls volleyball, call Gina Carmen at 336-373-2928. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO Shout Out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO Shout Out. This week's shout out goes to Greensboro police officers. They celebrated National Coffee Day last week at several locations around the city as part of Coffee with a Cop. This community outreach program allows for relaxed one-on-one interactions. Chief Wayne Scott, along with officers from each police district, were on hand to answer questions and give residents a chance to get to know more about the officers and GPD. Coffee with a Cop is a national initiative supported by the United States Department of Justice Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services. The program aims to advance the practice of community policing by improving relationships between police officers and the community, one cup of coffee at a time. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.